I get a call the Thursday before school starts, Thursday before Labor Day. And he says, "You want to come for an interview?" And I kept on thinking in the back of my head, no, I don't. But I went anyway.
He was frustrated, I think, in his first year. He would tell you that himself because he didn't think he was doing a good enough job.
So I'm teaching science. In my first year there, oh man, it was like death.
But it was very clear right from the beginning that he was a gifted teacher.
Like, he's just more than a teacher. He was like a parent. He was my dad at school, and he was like your best friend. Like, I would go at 7 o'clock in the morning just to sit there and talk with him before anyone else could have him for the day.
He wants to have a connection with you that other teachers don't necessarily feel like they don't have the time for.
I basically changed my whole career path, and after that, I realized what I want to do for the rest of my life.
And just positive, 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 complete with a hug.
There's no one better.
Now, teaching became something I loved, but I love new things. I don't like old curriculum. So science was definitely not for me. I only taught it for 1 year.
Every time I turn around, it's something different or new, and it can drive you crazy actually after a while. Like, there's been, you know, the archery, the canoeing, the whatever. There's always something, and we all get kind of pulled into it, which is a good thing.
I really, really wanted to work in this area called communication technology, because it was by far the most fun I'd ever seen in my entire life.
When I had to pick my courses for grade 10, it said communication technology, and it described it as like
desktop publishing, video editing, photography, photo editing, everything that I loved. And I realized that this curriculum is dynamic. It's constantly changing. So even from one semester to the next, it's not the same.
I had no clue what I was getting into and how involved I would have been for the next forever.
Because what happens in our school, or in my past school, St. Margaret de Ville, we had DYTV, which is the TV station. So much fun. We had like bi-weekly shows where we would show all the events that happened in those 2 weeks. And they would go live talent to pre-recorded. It was so cool. The class is very difficult to get them to the point where you can actually do an episode, because you have to learn how to tell a story, how to make a segment, how to put the segments together on the VTR, learn all the studio jobs, and then get them to rehearse and get them to do all these things together. The core of the structure and everything that was there was set by the previous teacher, Mark DeWitt, who was amazing. He's technically excellent. Anything that you want to do to make this better, it's possible. Like, one of the things that I've learned over my entire career is nothing is impossible if it makes a difference for those students, for those kids. I'm sitting there going, if it's going to do something good for them, of course we can get it done.
He wants you to strive and do well and be successful, and that's all he wishes for like his students.
He would just jump in and go ahead and try and help no matter what the situation was.
The difference comes when you're at the high school level. The high school level, you're formulating what your values are, what you believe is right and wrong. And I want to help you with that, because those are critical decisions for the rest of your life. It isn't the curriculum for me anymore. It's about becoming a better person.
But the way he taught was like universal. Like, it didn't matter what he was teaching you for. It was a life lesson. I'm at school now in university, and I'm still learning.
He just put that extra level to a relationship between a teacher and a student.
He just knows how to talk to you. He could talk to you in like the forceful way, but always put a point to it.
He really takes the time to care about you as a whole, and I think that that's a key to why he has so many students that love him.
Because I love my life. I love the things that I've done. I love the people I've met. I love my students. You know, it's just the best life I could possibly imagine.